Democracy is often described as America's greatest invention, a system built on trust, a government powered by the people. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The men who created the United States did not fully trust democracy. In fact, many of them were afraid of it. Not secretly, not slightly. They openly warned that democracy could destroy itself. And yet, they built America anyway. This is the story of why the Founding Fathers feared democracy and how that fear shaped every part of the American system. To understand the Founding Fathers, you must forget modern America. In the 1700s, democracy was not respected. It was not admired. It was considered unstable. The founders were obsessed with history. They studied ancient civilizations obsessively, searching for warnings, and history was clear. Ancient Athens practiced direct democracy. Citizens voted on everything. It sounded fair. It felt powerful, but it ended badly. Crowds ruled by emotion executed political enemies. Popular leaders manipulated voters, and philosophers who questioned the system were silenced. Socrates was sentenced to death by a democratic vote. To the Founding Fathers, Athens proved one thing: democracy could become tyranny, not of one man, but of the majority. Rome terrified the founders even more. Rome began as a republic, balanced, law-based, but over time, politicians learned how to control public emotion. They promised protection, they promised glory, they promised revenge. The people followed. Eventually, Rome collapsed into dictatorship. Julius Caesar didn't seize power by force alone. He was invited by the people. This haunted the founders. The Founding Fathers didn't believe people were evil, but they believed humans were emotional, impulsive, self-interested, easily manipulated. James Madison warned about factions, groups driven by passion instead of reason. Alexander Hamilton feared demagogues, leaders who could charm the masses. John Adams believed democracy always committed suicide. Their fear was simple: if power flows directly from the people, then whoever controls public emotion controls the nation. Then theory became reality. In 1786, angry farmers rose up in Massachusetts. Many were war veterans, poor, in debt. They shut down courts, threatened officials, defied the government. The federal government was powerless. No army, no authority, no control. To the founders, this wasn't justice, it was chaos. George Washington called it anarchy. James Madison believed liberty without restraint would collapse. Fear spread. The founders did not reject voting. They rejected direct democracy. They believed people could be bribed, misled, or emotionally hijacked. This is why the Constitution avoided direct power. Originally, senators were chosen by state legislatures, presidents were chosen by electors, judges were never elected. Every step filtered public power. The Constitution is not a celebration of democracy. It is a control mechanism. Checks and balances slow decisions. The Senate blocks rapid change. The Supreme Court ignores public opinion. These were not flaws. They were protections. There was another truth the founders rarely admitted. Many were wealthy elites. They feared majority rule would threaten property, wealth, and status. Democracy could redistribute power and money. So limits were built. This is why America was called a republic, a system where people vote but do not rule directly. Liberty, they believed, required control, even over the people themselves. The Founding Fathers feared democracy because they understood power. They knew tyranny could come from kings and from crowds. So they built a system based on fear of human nature. American democracy survives not because it is unlimited, but because it is restrained. History doesn't repeat itself, but it always warns.